said, how many friends do you have as long as we've been friends?
It's what quality over quantity. That's
Heck
it.
yeah. Ooh,
What?
Wow.
Okay.
that's awesome.
Now,
Look, you guys
can
got
you
your
see us?
whole like cool background and everything.
I was looking at that. The
Can you
nice
can you see
fireplace.
us?
Yeah, I see you guys perfect.
Okay.
Okay, so look, have you thought of names?
Well, he likes What the Squawk. I don't know.
Because what the squawk, we can actually use that for
I haven't
anything,
thought of anything
Anything.
else.
anything.
Yeah.
So, and people are kind of like, oh shit, you guys got to check out what the squawk.
We could go, What the
What
Squawk?
the squad?
Can you hear this?
Yeah, right. And get a little fake.
She can't hear that, huh?
I don't know.
Let me
Can you
see.
hear? Listen.
Oh, yeah, she can't hear it.
I hear it.
You can
The
hear it laughing?
clapping?
Clapping? Yeah. We have a clapping thing, a laughing.
It could,
That's
A
awesome.
but if we do go with that name, we could get like a quack thing too.
Yeah.
It does quacking.
It
It
does?
does, yeah.
Do it.
It's ducking.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
You can
okay.
push it, but
See?
I figured what we can do is like, like the first, now we got everything all pretty much set up. We can start writing down, because I've been watching a lot of the JW
Yeah,
stuff,
he's been watching a bunch of
Good. Different topics and
different topics, just so I can get the familiar basics of everything in the backgrounds, and that way I can ask you guys questions, because I don't know none of it really.
He's been
So
learning though, because
basically,
he's always like, what's that mean? What's this mean? And then, he's like, oh, okay.
like
yeah.
what was that?
Because how they have their
Pimo?
own language too. Yeah, Pimo,
Pimo,
that's a new
like
one
Pimo.
for me even.
Oh,
Pimo.
I've seen that.
Wasn't a word back when when I got out though, they weren't using that. It was just like what was it, a fader or something like that. Pimo's
it means
physically in, mentally
physically
out.
mentally out.
Yeah. And I think that there's a lot of people that feel like that, right? Because it's scary. Like you don't want to just leave and leave everything that you know and all of your friends and all of your family. I don't think people understand you're leaving everything that you've ever known your whole life.
And I didn't know how many suicides there have been since all these people. It's crazy. It was like,
we knew a few growing up too.
Yeah.
in Australia, they have over 100,000 suicides in Australia. From
Was it
JW.
that many?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
Yeah. It was unreal.
Well,
like I was like, whoa, there's no way.
That was
like,
all the pedophile stuff.
That was
going
over
on there, and a lot of lawsuits and stuff over
there.
there.
Over a 6-year time.
And the stuff, it's what's crazy is you're doing. It's almost, I feel like, tell me if I'm wrong or not, I feel like you maybe didn't do this whole, because when I left, I did a lot of what you're doing now.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I was on the computer. I was in all these Exjw groups because I feel like I needed that in order to continue getting out.
You left
I kept being
before
pulled back in mentally. I couldn't get out by myself,
Yeah.
but I needed to be hear from other people that were out or other people getting out, and it's like you got out, but I feel like
I was not mentally out yet.
Yeah, you might have been more, and I feel like you're doing that right now. You're almost like
you're in a Pimo.
No, she's not.
No,
she's I'm mentally out.
Yeah,
but I think as far as the researching.
Well, yeah, I think I remember you joined an XJW group.
Yeah,
Facebook, and then I joined, and then
did you join that right after me or a long time after me? Or right around the same time?
Just a little bit after you, because you told me about
that was hard to do.
All excited. Then I got on there and I got scared.
Yeah, and I was scared even hitting that button.
Yeah,
I was scared to like join that. I was like,
freaking out. Like it's so funny
because that's like apostate, right? Like I was like, that's it. I guess I'm, it's over with now. Once I join that, it's like no going back.
Or I would hear somebody say, "Oh, they're a cult," and I'd be like, "Well, I don't believe they're a cult, but and it's like."
I just think it
when everything opens, it fully opens.
Yeah, I just think it ruined a lot of people's lives. I know that for
That's
sure.
yeah, it does. And
So-
it gets rid of they have no childhood for one. Like when they like he sees people go door to door, he's kind of like he wants to instantly like tell them off. You know, we haven't seen much. You saw him once, huh? Here. I think.
Not here. No, it was in Martinez.
Okay. And
I
then
really feel the organization has changed so much. They don't even do the door-to-door
I
preaching that
can't believe
much.
that.
They're
They have
morphing
it easy now.
to an entirely different organization than we grew up with at their like, I feel like we grew up at the height of their, you
Mhm.
Well,
know,
they send letters to people now
Yeah,
instead of going
we,
door to
we
door.
used to do
They
that
did do
too.
letters. I never did the letters though. You
I
did.
did because I lived in the rural country for a
Yeah.
while. And
If you did letters, it was kind of like the people who couldn't physically go out and service, they could do, you know, you kind of like, if I were doing letters back then, they'd be like, why aren't you going door to door? You know?
yeah.
Yeah, because I haven't seen anybody going, nobody. But
Uh-uh.
when
There's a
we
lot.
did in Martinez, he did want to do the whole, like he was pissed, you know, like the whole, what did you open the door and said something?
No, the people asked me something, and they were trying to hand me some pamphlet thing, and I said, well, my wife's Disfellowshipped, and they turn around and like just full it the hella quick and walk down the stairs. Didn't say a word to me. I was like, hello, and they did not say
And
a
I'm
word.
always like,
They just
yeah, they
went
took
on.
off.
Yeah.
Same as like if we were to see one at the grocery store back where
There's
I
more
live.
Mormons here.
Oh, there's
There's
a
a
ton
lot of Mormons here.
Oh, that's because you're in Arizona, yeah.
Yeah.
And that
That's what we see here.
Tons of Mormon. Tons
Yeah.
of Mormon.
Arizona belt.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Idaho.
for sure. I didn't know that until I moved here either.
Yeah.
I had no
yeah.
idea.
I mean, I don't mind Mormons that because they
Mhm.
usually don't push it like the Jehovah's Witnesses do.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you see them all around, and they'll be riding bicycles in the heat.
The Mormons, yeah.
In the heat. And then they'll be driving by and they wave to you. No matter who you are. I send waving to everybody.
Yeah, because
Just
he was
waving.
like, oh, there's some JWs. I'm like, those aren't JWs. We didn't ride bicycles.
Yeah.
But you never know nowadays.
Yeah, huh?
I mean, if he's clean shaven, he's probably a Mormon. If he has a big beard, then he's obviously a JW now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
now, huh?
Yeah.
The funny thing is, like, I was telling the kids, like, when I went to school, I guess I was not telling the kids, I was telling John, I was like, when we went to school, there was so many of us. Remember, we would just be like overflowing the round table at Shannon School.
Uh-huh.
Tons of us then.
Mm-hmm.
It was very.
Because do you know why though? Do you know that when I
Monkey.
talked to my mom, this was, you know, a long time ago, she had told me that the only reason she put us and Shannon is because she got pressured because all the other, that's where they were sending the JW kids, the JW parents.
Are you serious?
Yes, she said the
started
JW.
off somewhere else, right?
Oh.
I went to Terra Hills for kindergarten and first,
Yeah,
and I
because
came in
came
Shannon.
at second.
Yeah, and that's because a
met.
Jehovah's Witness mom told her that she needed to send us to Shannon because that's where more JW kids were.
I bet you it was at the party we met at.
Probably because we met at some little party. It was like it wasn't a birthday, was it? It couldn't have been.
Well, it could have been a birthday.
Well,
It was,
yeah,
I think it was because they were moving, and so they had a party.
Okay.
After
Chelsea, right? Yeah.
Chelsea M.
Yeah.
Chelsea
Yeah, me and
M.
her. And I vaguely remember this. There was this little kiddie swimming pool, right?
Yeah.
Pool.
In the
And
backyard.
we were in it. I had knew nobody except Chelsea, but we weren't even really.
You knew Chelsea.
Barely.
And I knew Chelsea from school. So you knew her from
Yeah.
the kitchen hall. I knew her from school.
Yeah. So
My family was studying.
that's where we met. We started talking shit about somebody there, I think, and it was all over.
We started talking crap about the bigger girl in the pool because she was a lot older than us, a lot older. And then when we went back to school that year, my closest friend was gone, and then there was Krista, and I was like, "Hey!" and she was like, "Hey!" I remember she was all by herself. I was probably all by myself too.
She saw me swinging around or something.
You were like on a pole, kind of like
Probably.
On a pole.
on a pole. See, I should have known.
The only place I felt comfortable.
How many times were you DF'd? 3 times?
I think twice, but I don't know. Can't remember.
I was DF'd 3
I
times.
think I was publicly reproved once. That's what it was. I was publicly reproved and then DF'd and now DF'd. Yeah, because I wouldn't have tried to get reinstated. Yeah, I only remember I couldn't get reinstated for the longest. They would not
Years. You were married, had a baby and everything.
Yeah, and they still wouldn't reinstate me. And then I eventually did get reinstated because Mike G. Oh, I love him. You know, I talk about Mike G, the older guy.
I think the guy died, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of him.
He was a sweetheart.
He was so sweet. Yeah. And then this was so
Married-
this was my second time. What?
Married me.
He did? I couldn't wait. I think I couldn't go because I was DF.
I think you couldn't go because you were DF.
Yeah.
That's why I decided not to have like normal bridesmaids. I just had family because I was like, well, if I'm not going to be able to have my best friend in it, I'm going to have like
not there. So
there's no other friend I would want. I don't think I had any other friends. None that I actually like
cared.
Yeah.
cared to keep as friends. I mean, like I said, how many friends do you have as long as we've been friends?
It's what quality over quantity.
Heck yeah. Comments on a lot of other pages, and on the XJW ones, I don't see anything negative.
Really?
I think everyone that watches them is already like, oh fuck. They feel the same way.
Yeah, they're on it for a reason. They're on it because they're trying
it's not if you were still in it, you wouldn't be looking at it because you'd be
Oh yeah, you wouldn't be looking at it at all.
Yeah.
Oh, what was I gonna say? Did you know that thing about the whole Catholic thing, how they got on the Catholic?
Yes.
I didn't know that. That was something new I learned.
Well, what's funny is I was trying to pull up the old Watchtower is in from the 40s.
Yeah.
The jw.org only goes back to the 50s with their bound volumes. First time I was DF'd.
Yeah.
Second time I was DF'd.
The second time, the third time.
And then I was DF'd 3 times, but I was never reproved publicly.
Maybe that was 3 times. I don't know. I can't.
And then you guys can talk about, you know, how you had to marry into the JW.
Forced, pretty much.
That's why I think everyone we grew up with is divorced.
Probably from adultery.
Everyone is divorced because
adultery,
or
because they just are not compatible. Because you need a chaperone to even talk to somebody.
Well, because I know the only way you can get out is almost at funeral. Might as well call it a funeral.
He just learned this the other day too.
Yeah, only way from a marriage is from adultery. Or death.
Yeah.
Adultery or death.
Yeah.
So.
And I mean, but the crazy thing is when you're 18, 19, 20 getting married, you don't even know yourself, especially because you haven't even been able to go to school or do anything extracurricular or anything, right? So you don't even know you as a child, much less an adult, and you haven't done any of those milestones of learning yourself and messing up, and you don't learn any of that. And then you get married just to be able to get out of the house. And honestly, because we're all normal humans, we want to have sex. So if you feel that way, you have to get married.
Yeah. And then they pressure you to get baptized.
And then you guys can talk about if you had to live with them before you got married, or before you just got married.
You're not even.
That's what I'm
you're
saying.
Not allowed to have sex before you get married. It's you.
You can't even go on a date without the chaperone. And it has to be there with you. So no one wants to do that. So they just go ahead and get married because they don't want to go to the movies with their freaking
to dinner with your friend. Only, it's like you never really get to learn that person. Until it's kind of too late.
You don't even know how to date. You don't know how to do anything basically. Normal behaviors and stuff are like, that's why I always feel awkward whenever I think still to this day, because it's like sometimes you don't know how to act. And I'm more comfortable with older people a lot of times because I think we were around older people in the hall a lot. You got to learn how to just be around and talk to older people.
I understand that. Sometimes I do feel a little I guess like I just don't have as much experience in stuff as other people do.
Yeah, because we never got to do any of that shit.